Hello and welcome to Encore, the arts and culture show here on France 24. My guest today is as much of a chameleon as her eclectic career. She started modelling at the age of 14 and made her acting debut just a few years later, eventually starring in several of her husband's movies, controversial film director Roman Polanski. It was while acting that she discovered her love for singing, fronting a rock group before going solo. Sometimes provocative, often sultry and always rebellious, the femme fatale with a tomboy tendency has managed to live a life in the limelight while still remaining mysterious. Emmanuelle Seigner is here in the studio to talk about her colourful career, so let's go meet her. Emmanuelle, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You've just released your third album. It's called Distant Lover. You said you wanted to create a rock or a punk album, but with a feminine twist. How would you describe your sound?
Well, when I met Adam Schlesinger, who produced the album, I asked him to inspire himself from those bands from the 70s. I don't know if you know that band, The Runaways.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And The Strokes and Jesus and the Mary Chain, but to find a feminine way and also a sound that is from today. So that was my goal.
Well, you just mentioned there a few of your influences. You actually recorded this album in New York.
In New York, yeah.
And you sing in English.
Yes.
Was it necessary to record in New York?
Well, he has a studio in New York and he lives there, so it was easier.
It wasn't anything to do with the fact that you find those types of American rock bands such an influence on your music?
Yes, of course. And also, I think New York is a very inspiring city. And also, the music I wanted to do on this album was really a New York music.
All right, well, before we go any further, let's give the audience a taster now of your new album. This is the first track called Distant Lover.
Distant lover, what do you mean? You know I did not catch a word. Undercover, don't make a scene. You're never seen and you're never heard. Why can't I touch you? Whenever I want to, why can't I have you anytime at all?
There you go, that's a Distant Lover. Very sexy film clip there, that's for sure.
Well, it's a video that has been directed by Stéphane Sednaoui, who is a great video director, and I mean, it was his idea.
Okay.
Not mine.
But you were more than happy to go along with it.
Well, I was so happy to work with him. I was so lucky because he didn't do any videos for a long time, so I just...
Yeah, and he's done the likes of video clips from Madonna and some big stars.
And so I was so happy that I was ready for everything.
Yeah. The lyrics to Distant Lover is obviously about an absent partner. Where do you get the inspiration from your music from? Is this a reference to your husband, Roman Polanski?
No, not No, I mean, the lyrics, it's not that I don't care, you know, but in English, everything sounds good. Like you say, I love you, baby, ha, 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 and it sounds good. So
I'm not sure. I think a lot of people would argue that when you sing in French, everything sounds good. It's the language
I
of
don't
romance.
think so. I think in French, you have to work a little bit on the lyrics because it doesn't swing so well. It's my opinion.
It's interesting because you have sung before in French. And
yeah, I did one album in French, so I did more like pop music, and I realized it's not exactly my thing.
Okay, so you're going to stick with English from now on?
I think so.
Okay, that's interesting. And what about the other lyrics for the songs? Do you draw on your personal experiences when you're creating music?
No, I mean, I'm more interested in the sound and in what it produces. And the lyrics, I didn't write them. So, I mean, I think he did a great job on them, but it's not like my main goal. You know, I don't tell him, oh, I want to talk about that, I want to talk about that, you know.
Okay.
I let him quite free about that.
Well, on the album, you also sing a cover of the Velvet Underground's Venus in Fur, which you're also starring in a film of the same name.
Exactly, because I asked him to do that song because I was playing in that movie. And also I worked with Lou Reed on Berlin with Julian Schnabel. and I thought it was a great homage.
Well, the movie premiered at the Cannes Film Festival last year and is about to be released in English. You play the role of Wanda, a brash actress auditioning for a stage version of Leopold von Sacher-Masoch's erotic novella. That's quite a mouthful. Let's take a look now at an excerpt from that film.
Evening in the heart of Paris, in a once grand theater, a director is wrapping up auditions for his new play.
J'arrive trop tard, c'est ça?
Or is he?
Tu refuserais un peu d'amour?
C'est de l'amour que tu me proposes? Non, c'est le pouvoir. C'est le pouvoir qui t'intéresse.
Votre fourrure, maîtresse.
Cela finira-t-il?
Finir? Nous n'avons même pas commencé?
The film's also about to be presented in the Tribeca
Yes,
Film Festival. As you can see there, the character that you play kind of morphs from perhaps a ditzy kind of character, which comes across at first, to a dominatrix by the end. Do you enjoy playing these types of roles, these kinds of women?
Well, it's not a question of playing this type of woman. It's a great role because I have a lot to do. I arrive and I'm like a vulgar actress, and then slowly I become more and more sophisticated. So it's like there's a lot to do and to act, so it's fun.
She's not what she seems, as I said
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
When you first...
Because maybe there's a very kind of surrealistic thing in a movie, and you might discover that she's maybe not real, or maybe she's a goddess or something.
Do you think that you can relate to that? You mean you've had such an eclectic career, you're hard to define. Are you the sort of...
You think I'm a goddess?
That's
what you
think
mean?
you're a goddess?
No, I mean, no, it's
How
just
do you know where the acting ends?
I just have fun playing and doing it.
The
You know, I
truth
don't
begins.
think too much when I do it. I just do it, and I do as best as, how do you say, as best as I can.
Yeah. All right. Well, your co-star in the film, Mathieu Amalric,
Yeah.
who you've worked with before in the film The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, says you were what drove Romain to make this film. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Il a envie de filmer
He
la
wants
femme
to
qu'il
film the
aime.
woman that he
Donc,
loves.
pour la première fois, il fait un film
So for
en
the
français.
first time, he's made a film in French for Emmanuelle.
C'est ça.
That's what
le
drives
désir
the man
de cet
behind the
homme
camera.
derrière
If
la
that
caméra.
didn't
S'il y a
exist,
pas
there
ça,
wouldn't be a film.
Il n'y a pas de film.
So, as you just heard there, he says that Romain's love for you is what inspired him to cast you in this film and what inspired him to make this film. You've spoken before about your love for your husband and how strong it is, but it's certainly been through some tough and testing times, namely when he was arrested a few years ago over an alleged sexual assault back in the States many decades ago. How did you get through that period?
Well, it was a very difficult period for my family, for me, for my children, for my husband, for everybody. So it's like not very positive and fun for me to talk about it. But it was a very hard moment. But everybody has his moments in life. So I guess I went through it, and here I am, you know.
Does it make it stronger? And when you're working together on a film like this, does it affect the relationship?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's, of course, everything that you go through makes you stronger and makes you more a human person. So I think as an artist, the more you have inside, the more you grow and the better you become. So I would say that. But it was really great. And we were looking for a subject to do together for a long time. And when we found that piece, you know, that play from David Ives, we were very happy, and we just did it, you know, and I think it's a great movie.
That film itself centres around power games between director and actress. What was your rapport like with Romain in that film?
RuPaul, what is it, RuPaul?
Your relationship with him?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it's great to work with a great director, you know. There are not so many on the planet. So when you're lucky enough to do a great movie with a great director, you're very happy, and it was fun. And Mathieu is a fantastic actor, so we really had fun, and we didn't think too much. You know, it was like pleasure.
So you had so much fun. Do you
Yeah.
think that you
A lot
or
of
do you have-
work, a lot of work.
Of course, as
Because we
always.
shot it in 27 days, a lot of work, but a lot of it was very exciting.
Do you have any plans to make any more films with Romain?
With Roman, not for the moment. He's doing now a movie, but there is like no role for female.
Maybe he'd be inspired to create one.
No, I think it's good that he does his work and I do my work. And, you know, sometimes we meet, sometimes we don't, you know.
So what's next for you then? More music?
I don't know. For the moment, I'm with my music, but maybe I'm going to do more theater because I was in l'Odéon for all the year last year with a Harold Pinter Homecoming with Luc Bondy, and that was great. And I want to do more theater.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we have to leave it there, but thank you so much for coming in to speak to us today,
Thank you.
Emmanuelle. Thank you also for tuning in. Just a reminder, Emmanuelle's new album, Distant Lover, is out now, and you can catch her in the film Venus in Fur in cinemas in English in June. We're going to leave you now with some behind-the-scenes images of Emmanuelle recording that album in New York. This is the song So You Think You're a Man. Enjoy and see you for more culture soon.